hello my local citizens. I'm Zack here, and I'm reporting that our Christian Knights efforts in Jerusalem have gone through, and we have captured Jerusalem. I'm repeating, we have captured Jerusalem. But for all of you who may not have heard of this extreme news, our Christian soldiers were at war between Muslim forces in Jerusalem, and they were continuing to get persecuted by the Muslim Knights and the Islamic rulers. As I'm sure all of you are aware of, our Pope Urban II announced publicly to us that he wanted a crusade to aid the Eastern Christians and to recover our holy lands. And as many of you may have already heard, many of our Westerners made an immediate response as they started to make their way up to Jerusalem about, I have to say, 6 or 7 weeks ago. And basically, going back on more background knowledge before this event happened, if you can recall our courageous soldiers had left on the morning of June 3rd of 1098, where our beloved Bohemian persuaded the foolish Turkish traitor to open the Antioch bridge gate, which actually allowed thousands of our knights to capture the city that was rightfully ours. I mean, it follows all of our rules. The citadel was now ours. Our foolish Turkish enemies had made a second attempt to recapture our city, but you knew with our forces there was no way they could penetrate them, and the Antioch citadel were forced to surrender to us. But now, speaking of the time that means the most, 13,500 of armed soldiers were sent on the 7th of June to capture the holy city, Jerusalem. Our army quickly noticed that Jerusalem was heavily fortified. There were thousands of soldiers around Jerusalem trying to prevent us from penetrating through the steel and brick walls. In response, we built 3 enormous siege towers, and the night that they were built, we used them to penetrate their defenses, and at last, between hours and I have to even say maybe days, we penetrated, and the gate of St. Stephen was opened as thousands of our soldiers poured into Jerusalem. We had at least got in, killed thousands of soldiers, and finally had captured the city that was rightfully ours by the Bible. And now we stand here with the city of Jerusalem rightly in our grasp. For we know that we are a powerhouse, and Christianity will forever dominate the world and will stay for years to come. Our Pope, Urban II, was asked to come on the show today, our news report, but he could not make it because he's at the celebration of the capture of Jerusalem. So he's kind of giving a little speech there, and I'm going to hope that we could get him back here on the show soon, but just not at the time being. So I'll repeat, the Christians have captured Jerusalem on June 3rd of 1099 and are in the process of cleaning up, finishing off the rest of the soldiers, and on their efforts to make the city ours. This could be a long process, but we are sure that it can get done. So I'll keep you guys updated, and stay tuned for some more news on this event. Thank you. Bye from our channel.